have a confession to make. I don't decorate for Halloween. I don't like anything spooky, scary, creepy, none of those Halloween vibes. But my daughter's birthday is in October, and this year she wanted to do a Halloween themed party. So I have come up with a couple of Halloween DIYs that are easy to do using a lot of materials from the Dollar Tree. And I also have some party ideas that are really budget friendly and easy for you all to make that I just wanted to share with you guys. And if you like farmhouse decor, rustic DIYs, simple and easy crafts, I hope you will consider subscribing if you haven't already. Please give this video a thumbs up and let's get started with today's projects. For this first project, I started by working in Design Space. I had found this cut file that I liked of jack-o'-lantern faces and just uploaded those to my Design Space, and I am going to be working with some mason jars for this project. So I just measured those out and put in some boxes with the dimensions that I needed to work with. And then I just sized those and fit my faces to fit inside of those boxes so they would fit onto the mason jars. And I'm also going to be using one of the tall glass candle holders from Dollar Tree. I had used the candle wax for a previous project for that, so I'm just going to be using the glass for this one. And once I had everything sized, I went in and changed the color of my faces to orange and left my ghost face in black because I'll be cutting those out with two different colors of vinyl. And if you didn't know this, you can move around your images on your mat before you cut those out. Sometimes Design Space likes to put those just a little bit close, in my opinion. So I just move those around before I cut them out, and then I just used these as stickers. I just peeled them off of that backing and applied them to my mason jars. And I'm using 2 quart-sized jars and 2 pint-sized jars for this project. We're going to be making some light up jars to go outside for my daughter's party. And I just took all of these outside, all of my mason jars as well as my candle, and painted all 4 of those jars with my rustic orange color. And this is that 2x primer plus paint. I really like using this. You get really good coverage. And then for my ghost, I used this frosted glass spray paint from Rust-Oleum. You could totally do this with white spray paint if you have any on hand. I just didn't have any in my stash, so I just used what I had. And then for the ghost, I just peeled off that vinyl once again, just used that as a sticker and just applied that to this candle holder. And I mentioned previously in my intro that I don't like any spooky or scary stuff for Halloween, but I thought these guys were really cute. And for the jack-o'-lantern jars, I just took one of my Cricut tools and helped me start removing that vinyl and just peeled that off. And I had let this vinyl sit overnight, so I think that helped with the paint not bleeding. I got pretty clean lines with this. I did have a little bit of bleed, and I just used my Cricut tool to kind of scrape that off and give me some clean lines. But these are really cute, and I'm loving how these are looking so far. And I had some sticks that I had on hand from some previous projects, and I just cut those down to size to glue onto the top of these jars for the stems. You could use whatever that you might have in your stash already on hand. It would even be really cute to add just some of the stems from the Dollar Tree pumpkins. That would be a good idea as well. And then I just grabbed some things that I had in my stash to embellish these jars. For this one, I just added some raffia and a purple bow on the top. But once again, feel free to use whatever you have. You could even just leave them as is with just the stem and not add anything extra because they would be perfectly cute that way. And then I also had some of this glitter ribbon, and it's self-adhesive from the Dollar Tree. and that was the perfect size to just fit the top of this jar. And I love that it just is self-adhesive. It just sticks, and I didn't have to use any extra hot glue on that one. And for this jar, I just took some of that purple ribbon once again and just went around the lid of that, just glued it with some hot glue, and I left the other one plain. I didn't add anything else to that one. And to finish off these jack-o'-lantern jars, I just added some of these tea lights that I've had in my stash for a while. They flicker and have a yellow light, so these are perfect to add to any jack-o'-lantern project like this. And for my ghost, I actually wanted to use some fairy lights, but I didn't have any on hand and I couldn't find any at my Dollar Tree. So I thought this emergency candle would look really good, and he turned out pretty cute. I like the way this one looks, but you could absolutely add those fairy lights if you wanted to. And here's a look at how those jack-o'-lantern jars turned out. I think they are absolutely adorable, and they will be a perfect touch for an outdoor Halloween party. What do you guys think about these? Graceland wanted to send out customized invitations this year for her party. And of course, we had to stick with the Halloween theme. So an easy way for me to do that was just to go into Canva, and I went to their print products and their print products, and then I went to invitations, and then I just did a search for Halloween birthday invitations. They had a lot of different options that pulled up. I do have the pro account, so I had several more that I could pick from, but they do have several options that are free, and this is just easy to upload and just change out any of the fonts, any of the words that you want. You can customize this with the time, the date, and the place. And then it's just really easy to download these to your computer. And I chose to upload this to PowerPoint. That's just a program that I am familiar with, and it's easy for me to work with. So I just inserted those invitations that I had downloaded, and it was just easy to size them the way that I wanted them. And I chose to print these on cardstock so they would be a little bit sturdier. And we just cut those out using a paper cutter. And then I went in with my hole punch and just punched holes in the corners of these invitations. I thought it would be fun to add a little embellishment there. And we had picked up some different colors of the mesh from the Dollar Tree, and I just cut that down into smaller sized sections and tied that in the corners. And my daughter actually didn't like the way that that looked, so what she did was she just took some black ribbon and tied that into a simple shoelace bow and just glued that to the corners of these. But it's just an idea that I wanted to share with you guys that you might like to do for any Halloween themed parties that you might have. For this project, you will need to pick up some of the wooden ornament cutouts that are the cats and the ghosts that you can find from the Dollar Tree. I just painted the cats with my Waverly chalk paint in the color ink, and the ghosts I painted with the color Snow White. And then I had found some of this glow-in-the-dark acrylic paint at the Dollar Tree as well, and we wanted to give that a try. We thought it would be really cute for this project. And the directions said to do 2 light coats of that and then let it charge in the sunlight, so we will see if it actually glows. And we are going to be making a Halloween garland with these, and I thought it would be easier to string up those wooden cutouts if I glued some beads on the backs of these. But you will want to make sure that whatever needle that you will be using to do this garland will fit through those beads first, because unfortunately this yarn needle that we were using did not go through those beads, so it did not help this project at all. We actually just wound up having to glue all of those wooden pieces to the jute twine, and then we were able to use that yarn needle to string on those little glitter foam pumpkins that I had. And that's just a little bit of the aftermath that I wanted to show you guys. I don't know which made a bigger mess, the glitter pumpkins or that mesh ribbon that we got from the Dollar Tree. But this is a really cute idea to add to any Halloween themed get together or party that you might have. We just used those wooden cutouts, that mesh ribbon from the Dollar Tree, some of the glitter clip spiders that they have, and those pumpkins. And it's really cute, and we will see how this looks in the dark a little bit later on. I don't know about you all, but I am all about easy prep, low maintenance, anything like that for parties. We are just so busy with things going on. I like to have things that are super easy and quick to put together, and these cupcake toppers definitely fit the bill for that. I will leave a link for these in the description box for you guys if you would like to try these. And I just uploaded these. I did have to upload each individual design separately. And the instructions for these actually didn't say that they could be used as a print then cut, but I was able to just put those in, and I sized these to 2 inches, just selected all of those and did flatten. So that made these a print then cut image. And then I just sent them to my Cricut maker, and I always have this sticker paper on hand, and I will link that for you all as well. It's one that I use quite often. I make my own customized labels to go on some of my DIY health and beauty products that I make. And you'll just want to choose your printable sticker paper as your material and do less pressure. Well, I have to on this one, unless you want these to be just completely cut out with the sticker and the backing as well, which you could do if you wanted to put these in like little treat bags or have these as actual stickers. But since I'm going to be using these as cupcake toppers, I did not want that backing to be cut out with these. Some of them still did cut that out, but it wasn't a big deal. I was just able to peel that backing off. And I think the actual longest part of this project is when my maker was actually running over that image and just checking for those sensor marks. And then it's just as easy as peeling these off of the backing and applying them to some cake pop sticks or toothpicks, whatever that you might have on hand. And this is just a really cute and easy idea to add some personalization to your cupcakes for your party. What do you guys think about these? My local Dollar Tree had a very large selection of party favors that were Halloween themed. So we just looked through all of the selection that they had, and my daughter picked out ones that she liked. We like to do little treat bags when we have parties and things, and this would actually be a really good idea if you wanted to make up several of these to give out for Halloween. I'm that mom that likes to do things like this instead of a lot of candy, which of course my kids have always enjoyed. But this is just another great option that you could do instead of adding candy to treat bags or to give out for Halloween. And the Dollar Tree did have a pretty good selection of treats, candy, and bubble gum and things like that that we wanted to add to these. And you might want to do some price checking and just shopping around at other local stores and see if you can find candy that would be cheaper. I did pick up that larger bag of 30 pieces for $5. And since I was at my Dollar Tree that day, I just grabbed it while I was there. And they also had some of these really cute designs for party favor bags this year. So we grabbed a couple that we liked and just filled those with all of the goodies that we had picked out. And we also found this, I think it was like a chip and dip little witch's hat. And we just used it to add all of our filled bags to and all of our extra goodies on top. And this is just a really cute way that you can display your treat bags and have your kids pick when they come to the party or for Halloween trick-or-treat night. I actually saw the idea for this next project on Etsy. I believe I saw the picture first on Pinterest and just followed that link. And these were $58 on Etsy. So I was thinking there is no way I'm going to pay that. I can totally dupe these. So I picked up just some of those foam trees from Hobby Lobby and one of the cardboard ones, and that cardboard one was 50% off. So I'm already saving a lot of money by buying those trees there. And I also had the colors of yarn that I needed in my stash for this project. You will need a yellow, an orange, and a white. We're going to be making some candy corn trees. And to start this one, I just put some hot glue in a couple of different sections on the bottom. That's definitely the hardest row that you will have to do for these. And you just start wrapping your yarn. And in the beginning of this, I did do some marks on these trees. I wanted them to look really realistic to actual candy corn. So my yellow section is going to be a little bit smaller, the orange section will be bigger, and then that white section on top will be a little bit smaller. And then you just wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap some more. This one is a very repetitive project, so I would totally be watching something with this, listening to an audiobook, something like that. And if you do have any gaps in your yarn, I just went back down with some of that yarn and just filled those in, and it looks really good, and I really wish that it had went that fast in reality. And then of course you will just add a little bit of extra hot glue to start each color. And on the tops of these foam trees, I did a pretty good layer of hot glue and then just wrapped around that yarn and just a spiral pattern and just glued that down and glued any of the tails to finish this one off. And I wound up making these for, it was between $11 or $12 total because I already had the yarn in my stash on hand. You can get yarn from the Dollar Tree, but I would still get it from Hobby Lobby when you can find it for 30% off. You get a lot more on your skeins, so it would be more cost effective that way for this project. And these turned out great. I think these are really cute and will be a super sweet addition to any of your Halloween tablescapes that you might have this year. What do you guys think about this one? Thank you all so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed all of these ideas and projects, and they give you some inspiration for any Halloween themed get-togethers, parties, or anything like that you might have coming up this fall. I would love to know which of these ideas is your favorite. Please leave me a comment. I always enjoy reading those, and I try to respond to each of them. And I would also love to connect with you on Facebook, and I have left the link for that in the description box. Please give this video a thumbs up. That really helps my channel to grow. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you will consider doing that. And I will see you guys in the next one.